evening, everyone. Welcome to the Payne Athletic Center here in Edmond, Oklahoma. My name is Zachary Payne. Alongside me is my broadcast partner, Will Hadley. And today, your Eagles of Oklahoma Christian get ready to take on the Lions of Texas A&M Commerce. These two teams played back in January. Texas A&M Commerce ended up walking away with a close game or win in that game. And overall, Oklahoma Christian just played very well in that entire game, just could not get it done. OC is also on a two-game losing streak as they lost in a heartbreak loss to Cameron University this past Thursday, and then they played in Midwestern State this past Saturday, and Midwestern State gave them a run for their money in the second half.
Yeah, they did, and the team was starting to come back, brought it to 3 with about a minute left, and then Jordan Lewis, for them, just hit a three-pointer to put it to 6, and then from then on, that lead just extended and the Eagles couldn't really do anything. So not a successful road trip for the Eagles, one that they wish that they could get back, but at this point they control their own destiny, and that's a good thing for Coach Talley's squad, is that they can really come out and control whether they make the Lone Star Conference tournament or not, and that has to come with 2 wins, one tonight and one on Saturday.
Well, you talk about them controlling their own destiny. Oklahoma Christian is tied for 9th in the standings for the Lone Star Conference tournament. Oklahoma Christian plays Texas A&M Commerce here tonight. If they come away with the win, they're basically locked in the tournament for sure. But if they lose tonight, then it comes down to Saturday when they play Texas Tyler here at home, and that is going to be a big game as Texas Tyler is one of those teams knotted up with them in that spot.
Texas Tyler's another team that this is their first year in the Lone Star Conference tournament, and so this is a team that the Eagles, the first time they played, matched up with real tight. It ended up being an 8-point loss for the Eagles, but this is a very winnable game on Saturday. But I'm sure that this Eagles squad really wants to win tonight and just get that out of the way so they can play hard and not have to worry about anything on Saturday.
Well, Texas A&M Commerce is a very solid team. They're already basically secured in the Lone Star Conference tournament. So how do they go into this game knowing that, trying to face a tough team in the Lone Star Conference?
Well, Texas A&M Commerce is usually a university, a team that is better than the Eagles. You know, this is a really good program. And so the good thing, though, for the Eagles is that historically they've always matched up well against them. Not necessarily the best record, but previously this year and last year when they played them, the Eagles played really good games, and they were both really close games. And I expect this game this year to be the closest these teams have ever been to each other in terms of talent.
Well, earlier you and me were talking about the guys here when they play here at home. They are very solid. They only give up an average of about 60 points a game to the opposing team here at home, and that's huge for any team in any conference in any division.
Yeah, this is one of the best defensive teams in the entire country, and I think that they expect to come out and show it tonight, as that's really their pride of this team, is their defense. And that's when they have good offensive games, it's because their defense has pushed them into that. So a lot of coaches will tell you that defense is the best offense, and that's something that the Eagles really live by, and expect them to push that philosophy tonight.
Well, one person that normally gets hot here at home, especially here as of late in the season, has been Aubrey Johnson. They have a saying on the team that if he comes out sleeveless, he's going to go off in the game, and he's been doing that quite often here at home.
Yeah, and Aubrey Johnson, as we say a lot, is one of those players that whenever he's on, the rest of the team's on. So he's really the key to getting a spark in this team. And then also, along with Aubrey Johnson, Dadrian Parmer. He's a guy that is just so dominant offensively and defensively. From the perimeter and in the post, he can do anything that Coach Talley asks of him. And he's one of the best scorers on this team. So Aubrey Johnson and Dadrian Parmer are 2 players to watch out for specifically for the Eagles.
Well, when we come back, we're going to have the opening tip-off here for the Eagles game against Texas A&M Commerce. So stay tuned and be back right after this.
Dora knows better than anyone. The best place to explore is the forest.
Boots! She knows this monkey? Of course, she knows this monkey.
Experience nature.
Let's go.
Connect with family.
I love you guys.
And find your own adventure in a forest or park near you.
Let's do this. Come on, Boots.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest or park near you.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
They call me Maxie, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average four-legged homie, and then wham, bam, minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high five.
Kevin, you thinking about retirement?
I'd love to, but I'm pretty busy with all this.
Yeah. Hey, let's meet our retirement coach, Avo. A is for taking action.
Not anxiety?
No, Kevin, you're gonna be fine.
You sing?
Barely. V is for variety.
And you dance?
Sort of. Come on. O is for optimize your savings.
Let Avo lead the way.
Visit aceyourretirement.org today.
Nice.
Thanks.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows? Maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
It's really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
Recently, the western U.S. has averaged more than 1,900 earthquakes and 3,800 significant wildfires each year. So chances are there will be more of both near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Welcome back to the Eagle Sports Network. Oklahoma is ready to take on Texas A&M Commerce Lions, and this is such a big game for Oklahoma Christian because if they win, they're in.
Yeah, and so I expect Coach Talley to have his team fired up and having them coming out and really leaving everything on the floor, and that's all they can really do at this point. And I think this is going to be a good, strong matchup between both teams. I expect to see some really good defensive play on both ends.
Well, Oklahoma Christian coming off of a 2-game road loss here. First in Lawton, where they lost by 3 to Cameron University, and then they lost by about 5 points to Midwestern State, as Midwestern State was just hot from behind the arc in that game.
Yeah, and it's so frustrating playing teams that really start to take off from beyond the arc, especially the way that Midwestern State did last week. And so I definitely can get the frustration that other teams get whenever they play against Aubrey Johnson. And so hopefully the Eagles can come out, and especially Aubrey Johnson, can come out and shoot lights out like he has been the last few games at home.
Well, another person that you really got to look at, not offensively but defensively for OC, has been Will Linhart. He's been averaging almost 20 rebounds a game here within the last 5-game span.
Yeah, he's been so dominant. He had 19 rebounds last game, which is a season high for him, and he's not the reigning leader in rebounds for the country for no reason. You know, he is so good at being able to find where the ball is going to come off of the basket, and more importantly, he's really good at those putbacks and being able to tip the ball back in. He has such an innate quality to his game that really helps him out a lot.
Well, the starting lineup for the Lions of Texas A&M Commerce is, first off, you have number 3, Dante Terrell. He's a guard/forward out of Chicago, Illinois. He's a senior. Then you got number 4, Josh Winbush, another forward, 6'10" junior out of Lake Charles, Connecticut. And then you have number 12, Wayne Stewart, another forward out of Philadelphia. And then you have number 21, Alberto Monroe, a guard out of San Antonio, Texas. And then you have number 30, Leo Lara, who is another guard out of Santa Rosa, Texas. Overall, the height difference for the Lions is very big compared to Oklahoma Christian's, as OC starting lineup is, in all honesty, the usual. As you have number 5, Deidrean Palmer Jr. at forward, and then you have number 11, Jonathan Reyes Valdez at point. Then you have number 15, Aubrey Johnson, running the shooting guard role. And then you have number 25, Will Linhart, who's playing the center spot for Oklahoma Christian. And then you have number 30, Marcus Blackwell, running another guard spot for Oklahoma Christian. So it's going to be Will Linhart versus number 4, Josh Winbush, on the opening tip-off, and the ball is up, and Will Linhart will win the opening tip, so OC will start with possession of the ball. Aubrey Johnson now has possession of it at the left wing, and Aubrey Johnson gets double-teamed every time he's touching the ball, it looks like, here to start the game. Quick pass from Aubrey Johnson down to Will Linhart, back out to Reyes Valdez, who drives in, puts up a floater, does not get it to go, as it's rebounded by Winbush. Now up to Terrell. Now over to number 21, Monroe, at the top of the arc, then over into the right wing. Back to Terrell at the left wing now, down inside to Stewart. Stewart puts up a jumper, no good, rebounded by Deidrean Palmer Jr. So now Aubrey Johnson in the left corner. Quickly up to Blackwell, back to Aubrey. Aubrey pump fakes, passes it down inside to Will Linhart. Quick passing for Oklahoma Christian, trying to find an easy shot, and Deidrean Palmer with the pull-up jumper on the right side by the baseline. OC off to the early lead over the Lions as Stewart tries to lob it down to Winbush for the alley-oop, and no good as it goes off the backboard, and OC gets possession of the ball. Now,
one player for the Eagles that's been having good games recently, he gets the assist right there, is Jonathan Reyes Valdez. He started out pretty slow at the beginning of this season, but he's really come into his own, especially in the last few games. He had 20 points the other night off of 4 3-pointers.
As off of the assist from Reyes Valdez, Palmer Jr. gets the layup, and he has the first point, all the points so far early on for OC. And down at the other end, a quick block from behind, last touch by the Lions. OC with possession of the ball, trying to go up. As Blackwell back to Aubrey Johnson. As OC looks like has been doing a lot of ball distribution over the last couple of practices, as Blackwell gets the ball at the top of the arc, puts up a 3 and knocks it down.
And this team is hungry in this one. They are dominating to start this game, and hopefully they can extend this lead throughout the first half.
So now down to Stewart. Stewart out to Winbush, then to Terrell. Terrell drives in and is called for a travel. So a great start for Oklahoma Christian here early on within the first 2.5 minutes of the game. OC looks to add on to their 7-point lead. Now Blackwell moves over to the right side. Gets double teamed, tries to pass it out to Aubrey Johnson, quickly over to Reyes Valdez. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Blackwell then to Reyes Valdez, bounce pass down low to Palmer Jr. Palmer Jr. gets blocked from behind by Winbush. So now to Stewart to Winbush. Winbush posts up against Will Linhart, and he gets called for his second travel in a row. So now that we have a quick whistle. So now we will resume action as Aubrey Johnson inbounds it to Reyes Valdez. As Will Linhart gives it to Blackwell. Blackwell starts to drive in, out to Reyes Valdez at the left wing. Down low, deflected by Winbush, and he goes out of bounds, and they're going to say last touch by Winbush. So OC will remain with the ball. Now Aubrey Johnson with 10 seconds left at the left wing, down low to Palmer Jr. Deidre Palmer, nice post out to Blackwell. Another 3-point attempt, good.
And Blackwell is one of those players not necessarily known for his 3-point shooting ability, but he does have that in his bag that he can pull out whenever he needs to, and he's hit 2 so far tonight.
Well, Blackwell is also one of those that he has one of the most solid jump shots for Oklahoma Christian, as that shot by number 3, Terrell, is no good, brought up the floor by Jonathan Reyes Valdez. But Marcus Blackwell has one of the cleanest jump shots here in the conference.
Yeah, he really does, and I think his mid-range jumper is what he's really known for, as we see a fast break layup there by Leo Lara. But yeah, his mid-range jumper is really what he's known for, is he's kind of automatic, especially from those corners and especially off the dribble mid-range.
So now Oklahoma Christian with the 8-point lead and possession of the ball. Quickly over to Blackwell. Quick pass from Blackwell to Aubrey Johnson. No good on the shot. Rebounded by Terrell. Then a quick pass up to number 10, Wright, who puts up a shot. No good on the shot. Now Deidre Palmer has possession, does a spin move, and is called for the charge. And with that, that's going to lead us to our first media timeout. OC is up by 8.
Hey Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Welcome back. Oklahoma Christian leads by 8, 15-13 left here in the first half, and overall it's been a great ball movement to start the game for Oklahoma Christian.
Yeah, it has. OC up 10-2. Just an awesome performance for them to start this game, and they're going to look to keep piling on those points.
So quick inbound to Will Linhart, and Will just throws it up and gets the bucket to fall. Back up by 10 are the Eagles. So now number 21, Monroe. Gives it to Terrell, back to Monroe at the top of the arc. Over to number 30, Lara. His shot, no good as it goes off the rim and out of bounds to OC. Will try to continue to put pressure on the Lions and increase this lead. Marcus Blackwell at the left wing. Nice move by Blackwell to create a little bit of space. Now over to Aubrey Johnson, now to Reyes Valdez. Reyes Valdez then gets a screen from Will, bounce passes it back to Will. Will picks up his dribble, gives it to a wide open Marcus Blackwell. And he now has 8 points for OC.
And 14-2. The Eagles are just absolutely dominating in this one as they're playing this 2-3 zone here.
As Marone finds a lane, passes it to number 10, Wright. Wright tries to lay it up and is rejected by Will Linhart. Now over to Deidrean Palmer, now to Aubrey Johnson. Down low to Will. Along the left side, nice post move. Moves along the baseline, no good on the layup on the right side of the glass, rebounded by Stewart. Now up to Terrell. Terrell puts up the fadeaway, no good on the jumper. Reyes Valdez has possession of it and needs to slow it down for OC and does. Will then passes it down low to Palmer. Palmer lays it up. There was a hand on that ball, but just a strong finish by Palmer Jr. And that is going to cause the head coach for Texas A&M Commerce to call a timeout. And it's going to be a 30-second timeout, so we are going to stay right here. Oklahoma Christian is just on fire to start this game.
Yeah, they really are just absolutely dominating. Like we can see 16-2. It's just not even close. They've just been clicking on all cylinders, able to do honestly whatever they want.
And the one person that's been really helpful to start the game for Oklahoma Christian has been Marcus Blackwell, who already has 8 points out of the team's 16. Two of his 3 buckets have been from behind the arc. As the Lions have possession of the ball, quickly passed down low, deflected by Aubrey Johnson, but regained possession by the Lions. So now number 23, Peavy has it. Passes it to number 32, Grandstaff. He then passes it down low and is stolen away by Oklahoma Christian. And they are just playing great offensively and defensively so far to start this game. Reyes Valdez down low to Deidrean Palmer, out to Blackwell, quick pass over to Aubrey. Nice passing by OC. Reyes Valdez does not get the shot to go. Saved from being out of bounds by Blackwell, but going the other way. Peavy then gives it to number 5, Key. Back to Peavy. Now over to Grandstaff. Grandstaff puts up a 3, no good. Fight for the rebound, and we're going to have a foul called. And it's going to be on number 11 for the Lions, and that's going to be on, or that's Isaiah Wiggins. So now Reyes Valdez crosses the half-court line for Oklahoma Christian, moves over to the right side. Picks up his dribble, gives it to Will Linhart. Nice move by Reyes Valdez over to Blackwell. Blackwell with another 3, just short.
And I can only imagine how loud the Nest would have gotten if Blackwell would have hit that one.
We've been covering the Eagles all throughout the season, and this just looks like a different team so far to start this game.
Yeah, they're playing so well, and they're clicking together in every aspect of the game, and that's going to be a travel. Seems like all the calls are going their way as well.
And with that, that's going to be our second media timeout here. OC leads 16-2 over the Lions, so we will step away.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
Oklahoma Christian to have possession of the ball after a travel called on Isaiah Wiggins. And OC just firing from all cylinders, having 7 of 13 from the field, shooting 53% and 40% from behind the arc.
Yeah, they're so dominant in this one. Still, as we're almost halfway through the first half, and only 2 points on the board for Texas A&M Commerce. That really speaks to the strength of this Eagle defense.
So Marcus Blackwell has possession of the ball at the left wing. And there's going to be a foul down low. And that's going to be on number 20 for the Lions, and that's going to be Robin White, his first foul of the game. So Reyes Valdez, 2 inbounded at the baseline, gives it to Aubrey Johnson in the left corner. Down low, inside to Will. Back out to Reyes Valdez, now to Parmer Jr. He then brings it back out. 9 seconds left on the shot clock. Parmer Jr. drives up, puts the shot up, saves it from going out of bounds, but his foot will hit the ground before he throws it back into play. So with 11:10 left, it's still a 14-point game. As number 32, Grandstaff, has possession, passes it down inside to Peavy. Peavy puts up a jumper and knocks that down. Excuse me, it was Robin White who made that bucket. As now Reyes Valdez gives it to Blackwell. Now Reyes Valdez over to Aubrey Johnson, 13 seconds left on the shot clock. Now Blackwell has it, drives in. Back out to Will, quick passing along the perimeter. Reyes Valdez pump fakes, back out to Will. Will made 2 3-pointers, puts this one up and knocks it down. Will Linhard, 3 for 3 from behind the arc in his last 2 games.
And that's just not really a player that you expect to come out and hit a 3 the way that he did just now, but that just seems like it's one of those games for the Eagles.
As Marcus Blackwell starts to drive in, step back at the free throw line. No good on the jumper. Now up to Grandstaff at the right wing to White. White's 3-point attempt, no good, rebounded by Aubrey Johnson. So now Reyes Valdez has control of the ball on the left side. Back to Blackwell. Now to Aubrey Johnson, who pump fakes, pass down low to Palmer. Palmer, nice layup on the left side, gets the finger roll to go.
So now 21-6, just getting to 9 minutes remaining in the first half, and the Eagles really with no sign of slowing down.
As Grandstaff drives in, passes it out to number 5, Key, and his shot no good, tipped back up. No good, but rebounded by Will. Will to Aubrey Johnson. pump fakes, slows it down, gives it to Blackwell, who gives it right back. Now Blackwell drives in, gives it to Palmer, and open in the corner, no good from behind the arc. So 8:50 left, 15-point game. The Lions with possession of the ball. As Grandstaff puts up another three, and that looked like a big flop there.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I agree with that call. Like I said, I'm not sure I agree with that call. It's Austin Grandstaff did a pretty good job of acting there. Could possibly be up for an Academy nomination after that one, but he'll get his 3 free throws and sink the first one.
And this is the first time either team has made it to the free throw line here tonight as Grandstaff misses the second. And it looks like a brand new team is going to check out onto the floor for Commerce. 8:42 left here in the first half. As Grandstaff's last attempt at the free throw line is up, and that shot is good. So 21-7, 8:42 left here in the first half. Reyes Valdez picks up the ball and starts to drive up the center part of the floor. Now to Aubrey Johnson. Wants a screen and gets one. Gives it to Will after a nice feed by Aubrey Johnson.
Good move there by Will Linhard to make himself available and open. But Aubrey Johnson making it happen.
So now Terrell. Down inside to Winbush. Winbush puts up a shot, knocks it down. It looks like there could have been a foul there. But it is still a 13-point game now for OC. Aubrey Johnson gets a screen. Moves up to the top of the arc. Now to DJ Walter, who's checked into the game. Now to Jonathan Reyes Valdez at the logo. 9 seconds left on the shot clock. Tries to give it to Aubrey Johnson, almost stolen away. Quickly over. Now to Reyes Valdez for 3. In and out of the bucket, rebounded by Terrell. Terrell then drives in, dumps it off to Winbush. Loses possession, but it looks like it was touched by DJ Walter, and that's going to bring us to our third media timeout. OC is up by 13.
Recently, the western U.S. has averaged more than 1,900 earthquakes and 3,800 significant wildfires each year. So chances are there will be more of both near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Yeah! Sam, Elmo! Oh, hey, Julia! Are you ready to play band with us? I'm gonna play my clarinet.
And Elmo's gonna play his drum.
Drum loud.
Oh, well, you know what to do, Julia.
Julia knows.
With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music.
Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
Welcome back to the Eagles Nest. 7:32 left here in the first half of play. Oklahoma Christian shooting 50% from the field, and does not look like they are wanting to slow down anytime soon.
No, not at all. 23-10. Obviously, the Lions have started to come back a little bit, as it was 19-2 at one point, but still a pretty dominating performance for the Eagles. And I think the most important thing for the Eagles now is to just keep the same energy that they had to start the game. And they have to bring that themselves, but it's a good thing that they're at home because the crowd can help them out.
And a very late whistle called there. And the ball was already coming down into the hands for a rebound before the ref even blew the whistle to send Winbush to the free throw line. And they're going to say it's on DJ Walters, and Walters was not happy with the call.
Yeah, not at all. As Eagles fans saying that the ball don't lie, as Josh Winbush missed the first free throw and the second one is good. So we'll get 1 point out of that trip.
It's Eagle basketball.
12-point lead for OC. Walters has possession at the top, hands it off to Aubrey Johnson. Johnson slides over. Now back to Reyes Valdez. Now working the ball on the right side is Aubrey Johnson. Takes the screen, gives it to Will Linhart. Back out to Aubrey. Is deflected and stolen away by number 30, Lara. And his layup is good. So now Aubrey Johnson down low to Will Linhart at the left side. He starts to move towards the center of the floor. Puts up a shot. It was deflected out of his hand, and it is going to be stolen away by number 21, Monroe. And Will is now going to be called for a foul down inside. So now Deidrean Palmer Jr. is going to check back into the game for Will Linhart, as that's Will's first foul of the game. So Monroe to inbound the ball will give it to Terrell. Now over to Lara. Back to Monroe. Down on the right side. All the way over to the left side of the paint. Terrell then gives it to Winbush. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Pass down inside to number 12, Stewart, and he lays it up and in. Lions starting to battle their way back into this game. As Blackwell does a fadeaway shot, nothing but net on the jumper.
Nice job there by Marcus Blackwell.
And there's that mid-range you were talking earlier about Marcus Blackwell and how effective he is there. Now up to number 30, Lara, who puts up a three from the left wing and is now a 7-point game. And there's going to be a reach-in foul called on number 4, Josh Winbush. That is going to be his first foul.
So now the Lions are back in this game. Just a 7-point game, like you mentioned. Let's see what the Eagles can do on this possession.
Lobs it up to Aubrey Johnson. Johnson will get it. Tries to pass it to Jonathan Reyes Valdez, who is just not ready for the ball, and will go off his hands and out of bounds. So a break for Texas A&M Commerce. So now Monroe with possession of the ball for the Lions, gives it over to Terrell. Now Monroe starts to drive in, tries to bounce past it down inside. And it goes off of Deidrean Palmer Jr.'s foot. So the Lions will have possession of the ball down at their own end. With 5:11 left here in the first half. Terrell passes it down inside to Stewart. Stewart then passes down, is deflected and almost stolen away by Deidrean Palmer. It was saved by number 10, Wright, who then gives it to Terrell, who puts up the three and knocks it down.
So now just a 2-possession game. After all of that, the Eagles have let the Lions come back into this game.
As Reyes Valdez starts to drive over, generates the foul on number 10, Darnell Wright. That's going to be his first of the game. And that is the 5th team foul for the Lions. So OC will have possession. So now Marcus Blackwell gives it to Jonathan Reyes Valdez at the left wing, down to Deidrean Palmer. Back to Reyes Valdez. Valdez starts to drive in behind the back, almost loses possession of the dribble. Then gives it to Deidrean Palmer. 4 seconds left on the shot clock, lays it up. Too strong, tip back up by Will, gets the second chance opportunity, and then is recovered by Deidrean Palmer. And he tries to pass it, is almost stolen away, but recovered by Jonathan Reyes Valdez, who then gives it to Marcus Blackwell. And another, and it goes off of Deidrean Palmer as it goes out of bounds and will be Lion basketball. So a big missed opportunity there for OC.
Yeah, as Will Linhart had a chance to get a couple of put-back buckets there. Just couldn't get it to go.
So now Monroe to Terrell, down by 4. Terrell starts to drive in, works against Reyes Valdez. Nice pump fake. It looked like a walk, and the fans were wanting it. No call, but then they're going to call a foul on Will Linhart, and it's going to be a shooting foul on number 12. So it's going to send Wayne Stewart to the free throw line. But first, we're going to have immediate timeouts. So when we come back, Stewart will be at the line.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
Dora knows better than anyone. The best place to explore is the forest.
She knows this monkey? Of course, she knows this monkey.
Experience nature.
Let's go.
Connect with family.
I love you guys.
And find your own adventure in a forest or park near you.
Let's do this. Come on, Boots.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest or park near you.
Just before the break, a foul called on Will Linhart. It's going to send Stewart to the free throw line to shoot 2 and try to get the Lions back within 2 points here with 3:52 left. OC was at 1 point up by 14 over the Lions.
Yeah, now, like you mentioned, just a 4-point game. Hopefully the Eagles can close out this first half on a nice run. We talked about the basketball as a game of runs. One team will make a run and then another team will shortly after, and it's all about limiting those, but this could be time in this half for the Eagles to make their run and to get out and really increase this lead a little more.
What adjustment, Will, has the Lions done defensively to slow down OC on offense?
Well, I mean, I think a lot of it is just OC just missing shots. They came out and OC really, the Eagles made every single shot to start the game, it felt like. And so another thing that they've been doing is just getting their hands in passing lanes and bringing a lot of ball pressure, which is forcing some turnovers for the Eagles.
As you say that, Marcus Blackwell gets called for a travel as there was like 3 sets of hands down there around the ball. So now it's just a 2-point game, and the Lions have possession to either take the lead or possibly tie it. Here on this possession as Monroe has it at the top of the arc, starts to swing over to the right side, gives it to number 30, Lara. Lara then drives in, passes it out to Terrell. Then to Stewart. Stewart for 3, in and out. Rebounded by Will Linhart. Reyes Valdez now over to Blackwell. Back to Reyes Valdez at the right wing. Starts to drive inside. Now along the baseline. Brings it back out. Down inside to Will, back out. Quick passing now along the perimeter. Blackwell. Nice pump fake, puts the jumper up, no good, deflected. And rebounded by Terrell. Terrell then drives in. Lays it up, no good. Rebounded by Stewart, and Stewart will tie it up. So now Will Linhart with 2:35 left, gives it to Reyes Valdez, back down inside, quickly over to Blackwell. Now to Blackwell, over to Reyes Valdez. Reyes Valdez with a long 3, no good. Rebounded by Stewart. As number 3, Terrell has control on the right side, gives it to number 21, Monroe. Now a 3-point attempt from Terrell, no good. Offensive rebound by number 10, right. No good on that shot. So Reyes Valdez gives it to Aubrey Johnson. Johnson has it on the right side. Now to Blackwell, now to Will. Bounce pass to Aubrey Johnson. Johnson with a step back three, no good. Offensive rebound by Deidre Palmer. Over to Reyes Valdez. Minute 30 left here in the first half. So Aubrey Johnson has control of the ball, and there's going to be a foul called on number 30, Leo Lara, and that's going to be his first foul.
And for the first time, here Eagles number 2, Connor Johnson.
So Connor Johnson will check into the game for the Eagles.
As Blackwell gives it to Deidre Palmer Jr. See, now gives it to Connor Johnson, or known as CJ here at OC. Gives it to Blackwell. Blackwell at the top. 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Out to CJ. Pump fake. Starts to drive along the baseline. Quick pass out to Blackwell. Blackwell puts up the shot. Good!
And with a hand in his face, Marcus Blackwell gets the shot to go. He wanted an and one there, but he'll take the 2 points no matter what.
Now over to Lara. Lara passes it down inside to Stewart. Stewart quickly has to bring the ball out. Now over to Monroe. Monroe finds a little bit of lane. Gives it to Winbush, and Winbush has an easy two-handed dunk. Tied up at 27.
So tie game, 2 seconds between the game clock and shot clock. The Eagles can hold for the last shot.
Aubrey Johnson will continue to hold on to the ball. Bring it up to the center part of the floor now. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Starts to move over to the left side. Tries to pass it to CJ. CJ puts up a three. No good on the shot, but they're going to say a shooting foul, and Connor Johnson's going to go to the the free throw line to shoot three.
And that is the second three-point shooting foul that we've seen in this game so far. A rarity that we've gotten to see twice in this one.
But with that foul, it has a chance to send OC into halftime with the lead. And as you can see right here, there is contact on Connor Johnson's hand off of the release. As he makes the first attempt at the free throw line, his second attempt is up, and that shot is good. So now DJ Walter will check into the ballgame. 2.4 seconds left on the shot, or on the game clock, excuse me, as Connor Johnson still has one more attempt at the line, and that shot is up, and that shot is good. Up to Terrell. Terrell puts up the court shot, rolls in and out of the bucket. And at the end of the first half, OC is going to lead 30-27, and when we come back, we will have the halftime report right after this.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up, and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
Oh, hey, Julia. Are you ready to play band with us? I'm going to play my clarinet.
And Elmo's going to play his drum. Drum loud.
Oh, well, you know what to do, Julia.
Julia knows.
Mm-hmm. With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music. Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's put a ride home.
Dora knows better than anyone. The best place to explore is the forest.
She knows this monkey? Of course, she knows this monkey.
Experience nature.
Let's go.
Connect with family.
I love you guys.
And find your own adventure in a forest or park near you.
Let's do this. Come on, Boots.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest or park near you.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out?
Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out?
Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
They call me Maxie, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average four-legged homie, and then wham, bam, minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high five.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Welcome back to the Eagles Nest. Oklahoma Christian leads by 3 over Texas A&M Commerce Lions. And overall, Oklahoma Christian should be up a lot more than what they are. They started off on a 16-2 run to open up the first half, but yet they slowed down and let Texas A&M Commerce back in it.
Yeah, and that was the biggest problem, is that they just kind of lost that energy, and they let Texas A&M Commerce go on an extended run, which allowed this to come back into as close of a game as it is.
Well, To start the game, Marcus Blackwell made 2 straight threes to get them up at that point 10-0 over Texas A&M Commerce. But after that, he's kind of slowed down. He leads the team with 12 points, but right behind him is Deidrean Palmer, who only had 4 points when Blackwell had 12. So Palmer Jr. has been able to get back into it point-wise for OC, but Texas A&M Commerce has just been able to stop Marcus Blackwell.
Yeah, Marcus Blackwell has been so good in this game. He has 12 points, like you said. 2 of those are three-pointers. He came out and started the game with 2 3-pointers. He's 2 for 3. Towards the end of the first half, the Eagles, especially their three-point shots, just weren't falling like they should. But I really expect in this second half for the Eagles to come out and just shoot a lot better, because I expect them to have a lot of more energy than they did.
Well, overall, Oklahoma Christian's offensive play was really good at the start with all the ball movement, and they still have great ball movement, but Texas A&M Commerce's defense has just played locked down as of late. How do they go about changing that up and breaking the defensive barrier again?
Well, really, that's just finding the right guy and being in the right place. And so if there's a press coming in, then making sure there's that middle guy and making sure that we're getting these quick passes, that's really what's going to be the key. You know, and this team has really good ball movement, good pump fakes, good ball movement. That's when they really shine on offense, and expect them to keep doing that and to go back to that.
Well, we already talked about at the start of the show here that this is a very important game for Oklahoma Christian. It's basically 1 win out of the next 2 games, and they're locked in for the Lone Star Conference Tournament. And the way they started off and gave them a better chance here, because we already knew this was going to be a tough game. So how does that go into knowing that they have a better chance coming away with the win than they did at the start of the game?
Well, they just really, they need to just not have that in the back of their minds. You know, if they really want to play to their fullest potential, just having the idea of the Lone Star Conference Tournament in their minds isn't really going to help them. They really need to be focused on this game, going 1-0 today, and I think that's what Coach Talley is telling his squad.
What does Oklahoma Christian need to do defensively since they let the Lions get back in it?
I think they need to keep rebounding the way they are, dominate the glass, especially with Will and Deidrean. They're so good at that, and they need to keep doing that. And then just keeping ball pressure and forcing turnovers is the biggest thing.
Well, that's going to do it for our halftime report. When we come back, it'll be the start of the second half right after this on the Eagle Sports Network.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up, and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
Yeah, Sam, Elmo.
Oh, hey, Julia. Are you ready to play band with us? I'm going to play my clarinet.
And Elmo's gonna play his drum. Drum loud.
Oh, well, you know what to do, Julia.
Julia knows.
Mm-hmm. With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music. Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfies. Nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
Dora knows better than anyone. The best place to explore is the forest.
Boots! She knows this monkey? Of course, she knows this monkey.
Experience nature.
Let's go.
Connect with family.
Nosy guys.
And find your own adventure in a forest or park near you.
Let's do this. Come on, Boots.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest or park near you.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out?
Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
They call me Maxie, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average four-legged homie, and then wham, bam, minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high five.
Hey, Kevin, you thinking about retirement?
I'd love to, but I'm pretty busy with all this.
Yeah. Hey, let's meet our retirement coach, Avo. A is for taking action.
Not anxiety?
No, Kevin, you're gonna be fine.
You sing?
Barely. V is for variety.
And you dance?
Sort of. Come on. O is for optimize your savings.
Let Avo lead the way.
Visit aceyourretirement.org today.
Nice.
Thanks.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
Welcome back to the Eagle Sports Network. Oklahoma Christian leads 30-27 as we get ready to start the second half of play. And Will, the Lions are going to start off with the ball. What are you looking to see defensively for OC to start?
Like we mentioned in the halftime show, just a lot of ball pressure specifically, and being able to force turnovers. They're still in that 2-3 zone, so expect to see a lot of some traps on the side and then traps on the top with the two wing guys coming up and try to get a steal.
As Stewart with a no-look bounce pass down low. Now number 4, Winbush has it. Quick pass over to Monroe. Monroe for a 3, and he ties it up instantly.
Yeah, and that's what you can't do in that 2-3. You can't let people get inside, and you specifically cannot let the perimeter guys slide over and get open shots.
So now Marcus Blackwell has possession of the ball at the top of the arc. Over to Jonathan Reyes Valdez at the left wing, and then bounce pass over to Aubrey Johnson. Now down inside to Deidre Palmer, and he's going to get caught. There's going to be a foul on the floor, and it looks like it's going to be on Monroe. So OC will get a fresh shot clock and have the ball. So Reyes Valdez gives it to Aubrey Johnson with the catch and shoot from the left corner. No good. Rebounded by Stewart. So now Monroe at the top of the arc with possession of the ball. Down low now to Winbush. Winbush posts up against Will Inhart. He is then passes it off to Stewart. Stewart is blocked from behind, and he was fouled by Deidre Palmer Jr. in the process, so he's going to go to the free throw line to shoot two. And if Stewart makes one of these free throws, it is going to put or give the Lions their first lead of the night. As he does make the first one, he'll have another attempt at the free throw line. Stewart's attempt is up, and that shot is good. So now Jonathan Reyes Valdez has possession of the ball, gives it to Will Linhart at the top. He then moves over to the right side, gets to Aubrey Johnson, finds a little bit of a lane, now to a wide open Marcus Blackwell, puts up a three. It looks like it was deflected on the shot.
Yeah, I think that was blocked as the Lions now have a lead, and it's their first lead of the game. See if they can extend that there, and they won't. Will Linhart with the rebound.
So now Jonathan Reyes Valdez has possession of the ball. OC down by 2, 18-17 left here in the ball game. Marcus Blackwell gets a screen from Will Linhart. Now to Aubrey Johnson for three. No good. Rebounded by Terrell. Now Terrell over to Monroe. Monroe with a highly contested three-pointer. No good. Rebounded by Will Linhart yet again. So Aubrey Johnson, quick pass to Jonathan Reyes Valdez now at the top of the arc. Moves over to the right side. Bounce pass from Will Linhart to Deidre Palmer, back to Blackwell at the left wing. Pass down low to Palmer. Nice pump fake by Deidre, and his shot no good. He gets the rebound, puts up a second shot, and he will be blocked and fouled and sent to the free throw line.
Good job there of Deidre Palmer of staying with the play, making sure he kept getting those rebounds and finally resulted in a foul.
So Palmer's first attempt at the free throw line is good. We'll have another as he hopes to tie the ball game back up at 32. As Palmer's attempt is up and his shot is no good as it rolls around the rim and out. OC will still trail by 1. Lions will have the ball. As OC tries to play a half-court trap, gives it to Winbush. Winbush tries to put up a shot, and he was rejected by Deidre Palmer. There is a foul, and I do believe that is a good call.
Yeah, I think that was a foul as Winbush rose up and tried to posterize Palmer, but Palmer wouldn't let that happen.
Yes, Winbush. His first attempt is at the line, and that shot is good. As Will Linhart talks with the ref before Winbush gets the ball back to shoot his second attempt. And his shot is up, and his shot is good. 3-point game. OC trailing. Reyes Valdez has it, moves over to the right side. Nice pass to Will Linhart. Will Linhart starts to drive in, back out. Pressure! Aubrey Johnson now at the left wing. Over to Blackwell in the right corner. 9 seconds left on the shot clock. Drives over, puts up a shot. blocked and recovered, and then there's going to be a foul called on Marcus Blackwell, and their feet just honestly just got tied up.
Yes. Blackwell wishes he had that one back. As Eagles now trail by 3 points.
So Monroe brings it up, passes it to number 30, Lara. Now to Terrell, now down inside to Stewart at the free throw line. Back out to Monroe. Monroe almost gets Jonathan Reyes-Valdez to fall to the floor on a step back. Quick passing out along the perimeter for a three. No good from Terrell. Rebounded by Will. So Aubrey Johnson has possession of the ball. Moves up to the top of the arc. Now over to the right side. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Deidre Palmer starts to drive in. There's a tie-up for the ball, and it's going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow is to OC, so OC will have possession of the ball still with 5 seconds left on the shot clock. But first, we have our first media timeout of the second half.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Welcome back to the Eagle Sports Network. OC trails by 3. They do have the ball down at their own end. With 15:53 left, as Jonathan Reyes-Valdez will be the one to inbound the ball for Oklahoma Christian. He then inbounds it to Deidre Palmer. Puts up a nice post move, generates the foul. He's going to go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
So he went 1 for 1, or 1 for 2, excuse me, on that last trip to the line. Let's see how he fares this time.
As he misses the first attempt, DJ Walters will now check in for Marcus Blackwell. As Palmer Jr.'s second attempt is in and out as well, so he misses both at the line. OC only been able to add 1 point since the start of the second half. As now Monroe puts up another three. No good, recovered by Aubrey Johnson. 3 on 3. Aubrey Johnson then starts to drive in, passes it out to DJ Walter. Back to Aubrey Johnson. Good transition defense for the Lions. Bounce pass down to Will Linhart, out to Aubrey Johnson, as that shot is no good. Good transition defense going the other way for OC. And then a foul called on Oklahoma Christian, and Stewart's going to go to the free throw line to shoot 2. And the foul is going to be on Will Linhart. He now has 3 fouls on the game, so look for him to get ready to check out.
And as efficiently as the Eagles were scoring to start the game, they have not been scoring too well to finish, as they've only scored 1 point in the second half.
as Stewart knocks down both at the free throw line. And it has been a 9-1 run to start the second half for Texas A&M Commerce. And after OC's hot start to start the game, it's been all Commerce as of late. As the ref has a foul called on number 20, and then it's going to be on Robin White. That's going to be his second foul. So quick inbound to DJ Walter. Walter in the right corner, passes it down inside to Deidre Palmer Jr., who thought someone was going to be in the left corner and just throws it away. So another turnover for OC.
So the scoring drought continues for the Eagles.
So now Monroe has possession of it, gives it to number 30, Lara, who pulls up from behind the arc and knocks it down. Now an 8-point lead for the Lions. Jonathan Reyes-Valdez tries to pass it down to Deidre Palmer. Over to Aubrey Johnson now at the left wing. Now to Jonathan Reyes-Valdez, now to Palmer Jr., out to Walter. Walter with the three-point attempt from the left wing, no good. Now up to Grandstaff. Now back to Monroe. Grandstaff now has it, gives it back to number 30, Lara, back out to Grandstaff. Grandstaff starts to drive in, now pulls up, instead dishes it out to the right wing, and the shot from behind the arc goes in and out of the bucket. Big break there for Oklahoma Christian. As Will gives it to DJ Walter. OC keeps trying to get down inside the paint and just cannot. Screen by Will Linhart. Now to DJ Walters down low. Deflected and stolen away by number 10, Wright. So now Monroe has control of the ball, back to Wright. Now to White. White at the left wing gives it to Grandstaff. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Drive in, deflected by DJ Walter, saved by number 20, Robin White. But his foot steps on the baseline, and OC will have possession of the ball.
So 12:58 remaining, an 8-point lead from Texas A&M Commerce. If you would have been told at the beginning of the game that A&M Commerce would have an 8-point lead in the second half, it would have seemed pretty preposterous. But looking at the score now, it's just the Eagles have not been able to do anything in this game. And the first lucky break where the Eagles have gotten the whole half comes right there.
As Will Linhart just flicked it from going out of bounds, recovered by OC as Aubrey Johnson gets a three-pointer. That's his first one of the night. And then there's going to be a timeout called, and it looks like it's going to be called by Coach Talley. So with that, we are going to step away as it looks like it's a full timeout.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer, designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
Welcome back to the Eagle Sports Network. Oklahoma Christian gets their first points from the floor off of a three from Aubrey Johnson before the timeout was called, and that gets OC back within 5. And Will, how big is that for Oklahoma Christian to finally get a ball through the net?
Oh, it's huge, especially for shooters. Just being able to see the ball go in is huge. And so now that Aubrey Johnson has seen it go in, then expect him to keep shooting.
So now the Lions will have possession of the ball down at the other end. We'll start to bring it up the floor now is number 5, Carius Key. Now down inside to Stewart. Stewart's honestly dominated here in this second half, and he will continue with that floater. Aubrey Johnson has possession. Bounce pass over to DJ Walter. It's a 7-point game. Over to Aubrey Johnson at the left wing. Step back 3. No good on the shot. Rebounded by Lara. So now number 5, Key. Quick pass over to Lara at the left wing. Over to Stewart. Stewart with another 3. Good. And Stewart is just going off as he now has 15 points for the Lions. Aubrey Johnson has control. Gets it knocked out of his hand, goes off his foot and out of bounds. And now we have a media timeout. So OC trails by 10 when we come back.
Recently, the western U.S. has averaged more than 1,900 earthquakes and 3,800 significant wildfires each year. So chances are there will be more of both near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Yeah! Sam, Elmo!
Oh, hey, Julia! You ready to play band with us? I'm gonna play my clarinet.
And Elmo's gonna play his drum. Drum loud.
Oh, well, you know what to do, Julia.
Julia knows.
Mm-hmm. With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music. Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
Texas A&M Commerce dominating here in the second half, having their largest lead of the night at 10 points over Oklahoma Christian. And OC started off the game very hot, going on a 16-2 run. Ended up going into halftime with a 3-point lead and now trailed by 10. What has happened, Will?
Really, they just haven't been able to score. This Commerce defense has been so dominant and so hard to get through that the Eagles haven't really been able to do anything.
So then a whistle called down low. And it looks like there's going to be a foul called on Marcus Blackwell. So 10:57 left here in the ball game. As Key gives it to Grandstaff, pass down inside to right. Is then stolen away by Deidre Palmer Jr. and OC. Hopefully can get on the scoring side. DJ Walters has it at the left wing, gives it to Blackwell. Blackwell gets a little bit of space, passes it down to Deidre Palmer. Post move, lays it up, generates the foul, and Palmer's going to go to the free throw line. And it kind of looks like Deidre Palmer Jr. is cramping a little bit as he came up limping, and it looks like it's that right leg.
And that first shot is good. And keep in mind that Dadrian has played 27 minutes in this game, 27 minutes and 42 seconds, so almost the entire length of the game. He's only been out for a little bit, so.
As his second attempt is up, and that shot is good. So now it is an 8-point game. Lions in the favor. As Key has it, passes it over to Monroe. Monroe on the right side, starts to drive in, gets a screen, puts up a shot. Looks like he was blocked, but then there's going to be a late call, and it's going to be away from the ball. They're going to say it's on Will, and that is a very late call.
Yeah, as the fans are not too happy about that, as Alberto Moreno was on the ground, but already before the foul was even called.
As Monroe makes the first attempt at the free throw line. Now Aubrey Johnson's going to check in as Will Linhart has 4 fouls for Oklahoma Christian. That is not a good thing for OC, as there's still 10 minutes remaining here in the ballgame.
No, because Will is their best rebounder, and that's something they need to start doing better, is rebounding.
So Connor Johnson with possession of the ball, trailing by 10. So now CJ has it at the right wing. Starts to move over to the right corner. Wants a screen. Does not get one. Starts to move over. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Moves over to the right side. Pulls up with the jumper. In and out. Rebounded by Marcus Blackwell. Pump fake. He is then going to be fouled and go to the free throw line.
And a lot of fouls in this game, especially in the second half, as both teams are having to earn their buckets.
And the first attempt by Marcus Blackwell is no good from the free throw line. So Blackwell's second attempt at the line is good. Back to a 9-point game with 9:40 left. A lot of calls have been made by the refs here in the second half. Bounce pass from Monroe down to Stewart. Stewart with the pull-up jumper. Gets the ball to fall. He now has 17 points for the Lions.
And that was just too easy of a shot for Stewart, as they just kind of let him sit there and stroke it.
As then there's a quick reach in foul called on Carius Key. And that is going to put Oklahoma Christian in the 1-and-1 bonus. So Aubrey Johnson, his first attempt at the free throw line is good. We'll have another. And that is Aubrey Johnson's 4th point on the night. So Aubrey Johnson's been very quiet here for OC. Maybe he can start to get going here as we're in the final 10 minutes of play in the ball game. As Aubrey Johnson made the second attempt, OC down by 9. As Monroe moves over to the right side for the Lions. Brings it back up to the top of the arc. Now to number 30, Lara. Quick passing from the Lions. Down inside the paint. Puts up a shot. And is blocked on the shot. And it's going to be another call. And Coach Talley was screaming for a travel. So now number 4. Josh Winbush is going to be at the free throw line to shoot 2. He's already been there a couple times, and he's 3 of 4. And now make that 3 of 5. As Winbush's second attempt is up And that shot is no good as well. Rebounded by Marcus Blackwell. So Aubrey Johnson moves over to the left side, gets a screen from DJ Walter, creates space, puts up the floater, no good as it goes off the back part of the rim and out.
And Aubrey Johnson just hasn't really had the touch that he typically has in this game.
After a shot, it was rebounded by Terrell, and Terrell will instantly lay it up and in. And with that, we have a timeout call, so we will step away.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere, and just growing up the way I grew up and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
Dora knows better than anyone. The best place to explore is the forest.
Boots! She knows this monkey? Of course, she knows this monkey.
Experience nature.
Let's go.
Connect with family.
I love you guys.
And find your own adventure in a forest or park near you.
Let's do this. Come on, Boots.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest or park near you.
Welcome back to the Eagle Sports Network. Oklahoma Christian trails by 11 with 8:17 remaining here in the ball game. And Will, there's been a lot of calls that could have gone either way on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, there's been some questionable calls on both sides that both benches aren't too happy about. But hey, that's part of the game, is what the officials call, and some of these, or most of the calls, really are based off discretion of the officials. So hindsight is always 20/20. So you can think about calls as much as you want at the end of the day, but you have to realize that that's all part of the game, and you have to play according to that. And the Eagles haven't really been doing their job. As you see right there, another turnover. They're down by 11 with 8 minutes to go.
So now the Lions back on the offensive attack, up by 11. As Monroe has it on the left side, gets a screen from Winbush. Monroe then gives it to Winbush at the free throw line, cuts in towards the hoop, passes it back out to Terrell, and Terrell with the hand all up in his face knocks down the three.
It seems like at this point, the roles have flipped from the first half to second half, and seems like there's nothing the Eagles can do to stop the Lions. They're just dominating.
As DJ Palmer drives in, puts up a shot, and then there's going to be a foul called. So now DJ Palmer Jr. is going to go to the free throw line to shoot two, try to get it back to a 12-point lead, or deficit. As Deidrean Palmer Jr. misses the first attempt at the free throw line. As Palmer Jr.'s second attempt is up, and that shot is good. So it is a 13-point game, 7:15 left here in the ball game. As number 3 Terrell gives it to Winbush. Now over to Monroe. Monroe with the pass down to Stewart. And a lot of good passing there for the Lions. So now Jonathan Reyes-Valdez on the right side gets a screen at the top of the arc. Over to Marcus Blackwell. Marcus Blackwell drives in, pulls up a jumper. Wide open, good. Blackwell now has 15 points for the Eagles. So now Monroe to Terrell. Back to Monroe at the top. Stewart passes it down low, back out to number 30. Over to the left corner for a three by Monroe, and that shot is good. So Jonathan Reyes-Valdez tries to pass it down to Will and is deflected by Monroe as it will go out of bounds.
And so now a 16-point game. Things not looking good for the Eagles at all.
So Aubrey Johnson at the right wing passes it down inside to Will Linhart. Will lays it up, gets fouled, will go to the free throw line to shoot two. And this is going to be Will Linhart's first attempts at the free throw line here tonight.
So Josh Wimbush will come out of the game, and then will come Darnell Wright.
As Will miss both attempts at the free throw line, but get the offensive rebound. So now Aubrey Johnson starts to drive in, bounce pass to Will. Will with the one-handed dunk. Hopefully that can get them back in this game.
And that was a big energy play there by Will Linhart and this Eagles squad. And a travel.
So Oklahoma Christian now gets a little bit of a break. Can they capitalize here on this possession? So now Blackwell starts to drive in, pulled back, fadeaway jumper, no good. Rebounded by number 30, Lara. So now to Terrell, but Terrell then turns it over. OC now trying to battle their way back into it. Still 5 minutes left. Still technically anyone's ball game. Aubrey Johnson starts to drive in. Puts up a shot, no good. Offensive rebound, 11 seconds. It did not hit the rim. It's deflected out of his hand, but there's going to be a reach in, so that's going to send Reyes-Valdez to the free throw line to shoot two, as that puts them in the double bonus. Reyes-Valdez's first attempt is up, and that shot is good. Back to 13. As Reyes-Valdez's second attempt is up, and that shot is good as well. So now Terrell passes it up to Lara. Bounce pass over to the left corner, back out to the top of the arc. Now to number 10, Wright. Right shot, no good. Rebounded by Will Linhart. Reyes-Valdez drives in, lays it up, gets the bucket, no call, but still gets the bucket. Back to a 10-point game. And the fans are starting to get back into this.
This is exactly what the Eagles needed. Coming in to the end of this game, we're approaching the final media timeout, so.
Right, passes it out to Terrell. Terrell, guarded closely by Aubrey Johnson, gets to screen. Terrell puts up a jumper from the free throw line, and that's good. 3:50 left. Reyes-Valdez has control. He gives it to Farmer Jr. Back down inside to Will. Will puts the shot up, gets it to fall, and was fouled.
But they're going to say that that was on the floor, and so it's not going to be an and one. So that will take us to a media timeout, the final one of the game. Eagles trail by 12. We'll be right back.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out?
Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Welcome back to the Eagle Sports Network. Oklahoma Christian trails by 12. Just before the break, Will Linhart was fouled on the floor. He did put a shot up and made the bucket, so everyone was thinking it was going to be an and one opportunity for Will, but instead he has to shoot 2 free throws at the free throw line as the foul occurred before the shot.
And that's huge, the difference between the 3-point play and having to shoot 2 free throws, because like that, Will's just not a very good free throw shooter, and he hasn't always been. And so that's a huge difference, because at this point it could be 3 points and he's just going to get 1 out of it.
So now it's an 11-point game, 3:42 left. OC starting to play a full court press. And it looks like they're going to move straight into a half court trap. But then they back out of the half court trap and now just play man. So now Stewart passes it down inside to Winbush. Winbush passes it back out to Terrell. 7 seconds left on the shot clock. Quick pass over to Stewart. Stewart lays it up and in, and Will just had to let him put that up because he did not want to foul out.
Yeah, that was too easy for Stewart right there. He has 21 points now.
13-point game, 3 minutes left. Aubrey Johnson has control of the ball. Now Reyes Valdez finds a lane on the right side, and it's going to generate a foul. And Reyes Valdez is going to go to the free throw line to shoot 2 more.
So he's going to try to make this back into an 11-point game.
As his first attempt is up, and that is no good. Free throws have been key for Oklahoma Christian, as they have not done well here in the second half, as they have shot 9 of 16, now 9 of 18 from the free throw line. So now Terrell at the top of the arc. Gives it to number 5, Carius Key. Key picks up his dribble, gives it to Stewart. Stewart then down low to Winbush. Winbush with a no-look pass to Stewart. 4 seconds left on the shot clock. Blocked by Deidre Palmer Jr., but they're going to say a foul, and Winbush is going to go to the free throw line to shoot 2.
And the Lions are taking a lot of precious seconds off the clock on every offensive possession, which is really hurting the Eagles' chances to get back into this.
They're going to say the foul is on Marcus Blackwell, his 3rd foul of the game, as Winbush banks it off the glass and in. Now a 14-point game with 2:25 left. And that shot is up, and that shot is good as well. So Jonathan Reyes Valdez brings the ball up the floor. Has it at the top, moves over to the right side, finds a lane. Gets away with a little bit of a push-off. Puts up the shot, no good, rebounded by Stewart. So now number 5, Key, starts to move over to the right side, or left side, excuse me. As it is deflected out of number 4, Winbush's hand by Jonathan Reyes Valdez. It will go out of bounds. So Connor Johnson's now going to check in for Jonathan Reyes Valdez. 1:56 left. They're going to say OC. It looks like Aubrey Johnson almost got away with that there.
As Aubrey Johnson was inbounding, nobody seemed to know what was going on.
To Stewart. 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Stewart then drives in. 4 seconds left, puts up a shot, and there's going to be a foul on the floor, but it ain't going to matter because it's going to send Stewart to the free throw line. And it's going to make Stewart shoot 1 and 1 at the free throw line. As Stewart's attempt is up. And his shot is good. Stewart's second attempt is up. And that shot is good. It is now a 17-point lead for Texas A&M Commerce with a minute 47 left, and Stewart now has 23 points on the night. Over to Aubrey Johnson. Johnson knocks down the three.
And so the Eagles are really going to have to win this next game after falling short in this one. Well, obviously anything can happen in basketball. 14 points is a lot to make up in a minute, especially when you're fouling like that.
Foul's going to be on Aubrey Johnson and is going to send number 3 Terrell to the free throw line to shoot 2 as they are now in the double bonus. And the first attempt is good. So Terrell still having one more attempt at the free throw line for the Lions. And his shot is up and his shot goes in and out. Rebounded by Will Linhart. Handed off to Connor Johnson. Now to Travis Bagwell. He then hands it off to Blackwell, but is then stolen away, going up the other way. He passes it out to number 30, Lara. Final minute of play here in the ball game. Lara gives it to number 3, Terrell. And Terrell's just going to hold on to the ball. Try to drain some of the clock off. Terrell then drives in, lays it up. And then there's another whistle called. And it's going to be on Connor Johnson.
So substitutions coming in for Commerce after this free throw.
So now Hunter Staten's going to check in for Will Linhart with 45.2 seconds left.
And Robert Gregg will check in as well. Marcus Blackwell will go to the bench.
Terrell's second attempt is up, and that shot is good. So now Robert Gregg inbounds the ball to Connor Johnson. Connor Johnson then gives it to Robert Gregg. Gregg then gives it to Bagwell. Bagwell with the catch and shoot three, no good. Rebounded by the Lions. And there's 1 second between the game clock and shot clock, so the Lions are most likely just going to hold on to the ball and let there be a shot clock violation. As Oklahoma Christian's going to fall short to Texas A&M Commerce. Looks like of a final score 69-52. Oklahoma Christian will now have to have a must-win game this coming Saturday when they take on Texas Tyler here at the Eagles Nest, as Oklahoma Christian puts up a shot at the buzzer and knocks it down from half court, so it's going to count before the buzzer sounded. It was going to be out by DJ Walters, so the final score is actually going to be 69-55. OC still falling short to Texas A&M Commerce. When we come back, we hope to have an interview with Coach Talley and your post-game report right after this.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help. And slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfie. Nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's put a ride home.
Dora knows better than anyone. The best place to explore is the forest.
She knows this monkey? Of course, she knows this monkey.
Experience nature.
Let's go.
Connect with family.
I love you guys.
And find your own adventure in a forest or park near you.
Let's do this. Come on, Boots.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest or park near you.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out?
Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Hey, Kevin, you thinking about retirement?
I'd love to, but I'm pretty busy with all this.
Yeah. Hey, let's meet our retirement coach, Avo. A is for taking action.
Not anxiety?
No, Kevin, you're gonna be fine.
You sing?
Barely. V is for variety.
And you dance?
Sort of. Come on. O is for optimize your savings.
Let Avo lead the way.
Visit aceyourretirement.org today.
Nice.
Thanks.
They call me Maxie, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average four-legged homie, and then wham, bam, minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high five.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Welcome back to the Eagles Nest. Oklahoma Christian falls just short, 69-55 to the Lions of Texas A&M Commerce. And OC had a strong start in the first half, but just fell apart after that, Will.
Yeah, it was honestly such a good 10 minutes to start the first half, but after that, it just kind of fell apart. You know, towards the end of the second half, and the Lions started figuring things out, and once they calmed down and started scoring more, then there wasn't really an answer that the Eagles had.
Well, Oklahoma Christian still had 3 players in double-digit points, and then you had Will Linhart, who obviously will get double digits in rebounds every single night, and he had a double-double here tonight. So going forward against Texas Tyler this coming Saturday, how does that affect your team having 3 players at least in double digits?
Well, coming in for the Lions, there wasn't really any stopping them. As simple as that. I mean, like we're talking about, Deontay Terrell, Wayne Stewart, and Leo Lara all in double digits. There's nothing they could really do to stop them, as they just dominated, especially in the post. And then Leo Lara's 10 points came off of 2 threes and then 2 regular field goals. So those were a lot of penetrating kicks. And so the post game really dominated for Commerce today. But then the 3 in double-digit scoring for the Eagles, Dadrian Palmer, Will Linhart, and Marcus Blackwell, they seem to be the only ones who really scored well for the Eagles. There's not really much good scoring. Aubrey Johnson, 8 points off of 2 3-pointers as well down the line, but those were 3-pointers towards the end of the game. So it was just poor shooting for the Eagles after that first 10 minutes that really made them struggle.
Well, now moving forward to the game on Saturday against Texas Tyler, what does their mindset need to be, since it's a must-win situation?
Well, the mindset needs to be just like if you're in a tournament, win or go home. So they need to come out and give everything that they have, because this could be their last game of the season. So they have to give everything and not worry about saving anything or holding anything back.
Who needs to step up for Oklahoma Christian in that game this coming Saturday?
Dadrian Palmer and Aubrey Johnson, especially. Those are the 2 most consistent scorers on this team. And Aubrey Johnson, if his shot is on and he's comfortable and he's balanced, then there's no stopping him. So if Aubrey can come out and have the game that we know he can, then this is a really good opportunity for a win.
Well, we're going to step away, and when we come back, we hope to have an interview with Coach Talley. So stay tuned and stay with us.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up, and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
Oh, hey, Julia. Are you ready to play band with us? I'm going to play my clarinet.
And Elmo's going to play his drum. Drum loud.
Oh, well, you know what to do, Julia.
Julia knows.
Mm-hmm. With Julia's autism, loud sounds can be too much.
But she still loves to make music. Play band.
Early screening for autism can make a lifetime of difference. Find out more at screenforautism.org.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help. And slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies. Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's put a ride home.
Dora knows better than anyone. The best place to explore is the forest.
She knows this monkey? Of course, she knows this monkey.
Experience nature.
Let's go.
Connect with family.
I love you guys.
And find your own adventure in a forest or park near you.
Let's do this. Come on, Boots.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest or park near you.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out?
darkness.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Hey, Kevin, you thinking about retirement?
I'd love to, but I'm pretty busy with all this.
Yeah. Hey, let's meet our retirement coach, Avo. A is for taking action.
Not anxiety?
No, Kevin, you're gonna be fine.
You sing?
Barely. V is for variety.
And you dance?
Sort of. Come on. O is for optimize your savings.
Let Avo lead the way.
Visit aceyourretirement.org today.
Nice.
Thanks.
They call me Maxie, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average four-legged homie, and then wham, bam, minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high five.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Today I'm going to talk to you about physics. Come on in, girls. Let's go. This is the first rocket to get humans to Mars.
Really tall.
I'm a rocket structural engineer designing and building parts of the rocket. You are the generation that will be stepping foot on Mars. Do I have a group of astronauts on my hands?
Yes.
You can become a rocket scientist or whatever else you want to be.
Recently, the western U.S. has averaged more than 1,900 earthquakes and 3,800 significant wildfires each year. So chances are there will be more of both near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies. Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's split a ride home.
Dora knows better than anyone. The best place to explore is the forest.
She knows this monkey? Of course, she knows this monkey.
Experience nature.
Let's go.
Connect with family.
I love you guys.
And find your own adventure in a forest or park near you.
Let's do this. Come on, Boots.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest or park near you.
Good evening and welcome back to the Eagles Nest. I'm Will Hadley. Alongside me is the Eagles coach, Coach Talley. Coach Talley, obviously, tonight we started off really well, shot really well to start the game, but we kind of just fell off and didn't really shoot too well to end that. What was kind of the product of that in your eyes?
We were getting the shots that we wanted early, and also late. We just weren't hitting them. They started getting hot, and that's just basketball for you. You can't control that ball going in. But you can control your effort, and the guys still fought. You know, they want it so bad, and I want it bad for them. So we just got to figure out a way to win Saturday.
Well, and like you said, Saturday we're playing Texas Tyler, and it's really crucial to get into the conference tournament. Cameron won tonight, and it's looking like UT Permian Basin is going to win as well. So it's going to come down to the wire. What's the attitude of the team going into Saturday?
We know we got to win, you know, and that's what I just told the guys. The fact is, I still kind of feel like we control our own destiny. So we just got to figure out how to get a game under our belt at home on senior night against a tough team, and that's what been the plan all year. So we just got to focus on it.
Thank you so much for coming and providing us with this interview. I'm Will Hadley. This is Coach Talley. Thank you so much for tuning in to Eagle Sports Network. We'll see you on Saturday with the game against Texas Tyler. Thank you. Have a good night, and go Eagles.
A strong tradition of academic excellence, a commitment to community, and a rich history of athletic success, the Lone Star Conference has long been known as a leader in intercollegiate athletics. Now with 19 institutions that embody the best in college sports, the Lone Star Conference is the largest and most dynamic conference in NCAA Division II. 19 members strong, 19 members proud. This is the new Lone Star Conference.